This isn't gonna be a long video and it isn't gonna be for everyone either, but I felt this video had to be made before I drop the bomb and show you my new saltwater tank. Reason being, is gonna be very easy to see my saltwater tank, follow my journey, and naturally wanna do the same thing. I've been told this channel has an effect on people, and that's totally okay. But first, let's discuss if you're really ready to switch to saltwater aquarium keeping. First, it's true that it is more work, but not like you think. It's true that it is more expensive, but only up front, not so much in the long term. And it's true that you'll have a lot to learn, but don't we all, even in freshwater, still? I'm leading off with all the potential negatives just to bring them up front and center, but I also want to tell you that a lot of that is just a bunch of hype. The old school reef keepers may want to kill me for saying this, but I don't think it's really that difficult as much as they like to let on. Now, with that being said, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to lose fish or kill coral or go through disease or algae going on in my tank. I'm sure that I will. But didn't all that happen when we started freshwater too? Didn't many of us have to go through the growing pains and the learning phases and deal with stuff that was driving us crazy in the freshwater side? Well, it's the same thing in saltwater. We're just starting that learning curve over, but this time we're better armed and prepared with a bunch of freshwater knowledge. We know about the nitrogen cycle, that our tanks have to be cycled, same thing in saltwater. We know about maintenance and water changing, same thing in saltwater. We know all about filtration, the different kinds, the different types and how they work, same thing in saltwater. At least most of us know this stuff by now. My point is, jumping into freshwater from a starting point of knowing absolutely nothing is probably more difficult than jumping into saltwater, coming in with all the freshwater knowledge you've already acquired. Of course, there's a ton more to learn, but we're already starting at an advantage. And now that we got fear out of the way, let's talk about you personally. How long have you had your freshwater tank? How many times have you changed your decor around? How many times did you change your stock? Add fish you never kept before, remove fish that weren't what you expected? How many times did you change your filtration or your lighting or your heaters? What I'm trying to say is your fish keeping hobby has been evolving with time. And maybe, just maybe, you might be ready for the next challenging thing. Well, I'm here to tell you that yes, while it will be challenging, it isn't gonna be any more difficult than all that freshwater fish keeping information that you had to learn the first time around. And this time around, we have tools like the Aqua Builder app. That's gonna help you keep track of your water parameters, dosing schedules, maintenance schedules, and yes, we're even implementing a step-by-step walkthrough of setting up your very first saltwater tank. That's gonna be in the app very soon, along with a ton of saltwater fish species and coral. Pardon the plug, but I have to share with you guys what I know is gonna make your hobby easier and more enjoyable. Download the free app right there. I know there's a lot of super intimidating content out there on the saltwater side, but I promise once things start clicking, you're gonna get super excited all over again, just like that first day that you picked out that very first freshwater fish. And if you know me well, I'm gonna take you along for my journey, showing you everything that I go through and keeping things super simple and easy to understand. So if you're ready to dive in, I will gladly supply the scuba gear. I want you to start with this playlist right here. It's the only one you're ever gonna need. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the saltwater side. Peace.